Well, hello, folks. I hope you're well. Right, what day are we on? Tuesday. What date is it? The 24th of June. And how are we with today's showbiz news? Well, we've got 4 for you today. 4. 3 are really sad. 1 not so. When I say sad, they all revolve around people that have recently, or very recently, deceased. But still stories to tell you about all of them. Let me give you an order. What have we got first? Steve Wright. Well, he passed a good while ago now, did Steve? Now, if you follow this channel, you know how I feel about Steve Wright. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely loved him. Really loved him. Gutted when Steve Wright went. I really, really, really was. I'm reading today he's only left £55,000 in his will, and I'm thinking, you must be joking. The success that man's had, the work he's put in over the years, only 55,000, and of that, I think I already give 15,000 to one charity, 10 to the other, and the other 30 is to be shared between his sons. I thought, good grief, I would have thought he'd have done much better than that. Worry not, folks. Worry not. He had a company registered with Companies House, that'd be a limited company. They've got about £3 million in the bank. So that'll go to his sons when it goes through probate. So that's not so bad. I'm glad he earned good coin from his efforts, because he deserved it if anybody did. As good a DJ as we've had over the last 50 years. For my money. Right, who else have we got? Here's one. Now, I don't know these people. The reality people, it's not my cup of tea at all, or as the youngers would say, it's not my bag. No, Fearne McCann. Now, she had a fella. She was going with a fella, I believe, that has since been locked up. He's been locked up. I think he's committed an acid attack a few years ago in a nightclub. How many did he injure? Pretty badly. 16. Left 16 people with serious injuries, isn't he? She dumped him. He's now got another squeeze. One of these Love Islanders or what? You know, these reality TVers. Somebody started to see him whilst he's in prison. She thinks it's true love. She thinks it's love. She thinks he's a reformed character. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. He's inside for, I think it's 20 years. He's inside for 20 years. He'll do nothing like that. What's his name, by the way? Arthur Collins. Old Arthur. Arthur, yeah. 20 years for acid attack that injured 16. He's behind bars. This reality TV person has built up a relationship with him. She thinks he's reformed and she's waiting until he comes out. And I'm thinking, it's through acid. That's it, 16 people. What kind of person do you think he is? Every time I turn on that there TV and see loose women with that young, is it Katie Piper? I remember what happened to her many years ago. She'll remember it every time she looks in the mirror. Feel so sorry for the young lady, I can't tell you. Wonderful, wonderful, brave young lady with loads and loads of dignity. But how on earth can any normal, sensible, that's it, it's not sensible, any normal human being, or woman or whatever it may be, go out with a bloke that's maimed 16 people with acid? Words fail me sometimes. They really, well, no, they don't often, I must admit. I do always tend to have an opinion, but I know the woman's name. I've read it. I don't know who she is. I don't want to know her. I wouldn't want to know her. Has she got a mother and father? Can somebody not put her right at all? Who else have we got? Kim. Now, you know I like Kim. Everybody knows Kim Woodburn, but I like Kim. I've heard something today. I read something about her. What was she doing? Not so long before she died. She's done it for years. She's fighting for children out of alcoholism, out of parents that had alcoholism. Her mum was an alcoholic, used to beat her and call her and whatever else. She also suffered at the hands of a stepfather. And she's had empathy, is that the word? I think it is. For children that are born into alcoholic families. And to that end, she's spoken to Parliament pretty recently on the subject. Anyway, I heard the words that she said and I read them and I thought, say what you like about old Kim. Many might call her. I had myself years ago, but I got to like her in the end. Well, towards the end anyway. And I thought to myself, you can't be that bad a person to come out with words like she came out with about young children. She cared for them and, she had some sympathy for them. I thought what she said in Parliament was fantastic. If you've not seen it, go and have a look, go and have a listen. It's really, really good. And lastly, very sad news. I mean, probably not for you folks, because probably you won't really know who he is, but Mick Ralphs, lead guitarist with Bad Company. I think before that, was it Mott the Hoople? I think it was. Anyway, the one I would have focused on is Bad Company. Loved him. Absolutely loved him. Paul Rodgers, ex of Free, then left Free and set up Bad Company. Fantastic band. I've seen them many times. Got a good few of their LPs, especially the early ones. I think the first one was called Bad Co. Just an unbelievably good LP. Unbelievably good. Mick Ralph's songwriter for the band, guitar player, extremely talented, really, really talented. Different kind of lead guitarist in that it wasn't all about him. He didn't hog the limelight and do all the long solos and all that palaver. He was more about constructing good songs with a good bass, and his guitar licks and his cop, absolutely fantastic. Really, really undersung, great guitarist. Writer of some absolute classics, some brilliant, brilliant songs. Anyway, he's died over the last few days. It's just been announced. I don't know exactly when. That hasn't been announced yet. I believe, when did I write? He had a stroke in 2016. Must have been a bad one, because I believe he's been bedridden ever since. So he's had like 9 years bedridden after the stroke. What a shame. I never knew that. I never knew it at all. Anyway, many people have come out today from the music industry praising him and, saying good things. The one I hung my hat on, I thought about the most, was the Paul Rodgers one. Really, really nice words that Paul said about him. Just a great sadness. Just a great, great guitarist. Great guitarist. And from what I've read, because I didn't know him personally, I didn't know much about him. I really didn't. But from what I've read, some of the things I've read by fellow musicians seem to say not only was he a great musician, but he was a wonderful, wonderful human being as well. So, sad loss there. Condolences to, I think it's his wife and his children and his stepchildren. Just really, really sad. Anyway, he's in a better, well, he might have been in a better place now, but he's in no pain now. He's in no pain, and that's not a bad thing. And how old was he? 81. Didn't do so badly, having said that. Last 10 years bedridden isn't that great, is it? Anyway, Mick Ralphs has gone. And that's it, folks. That's it all on today's Showbiz News.